And if you've been going up the ladder, when you come to UK, you drop to the bottom. Not bottom. The cycle is vicious. When do you get to see your wife? When do you get time to spend as a family? I had a dream, and my dream was dashed the moment I started being taxed. When you come to live in UK, you'll die trying to get rich. UK basically wants you to un-Africanize yourself. I don't know whether such a term exists. Wait and wait and wait to be seen until you die. £60,000. I want to cry right now. So the UK is one of the places where people love migrating to. We often come here for greener pastures, but of late, more and more people come to UK, stay 1 year or 2 years, and then they leave the UK. By the end of year, June 2021, 573,000 people had come to the UK. They migrated to UK, and 334,000 people left the UK around the same period. You might be wondering, why is it that more and more people are leaving the United Kingdom? I'm going to be sharing with you 5 good reasons why people are coming to UK and deciding, I think it's time to leave the UK. Not only that, it's not only people who are coming from overseas who are leaving the UK. According to statistics, 990,000 British people are living outside the UK. And in this video, I'll be sharing with you 5 of the major reasons why people are leaving the United Kingdom. If you're new to my channel, my name is Moyo, and in this channel, we keep things real. And in today's video, we are going to be getting into the reality of why people are leaving the UK. Why are people leaving the UK? Stay tuned. Make sure you watch this video to the end, because the information that I'm going to give you is very vital, especially if you're coming to live and work in the United Kingdom. Before we dive into today's video, if you like this content, don't forget to smash that like button, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos. For now, let's get into it.
No comparison. I'm a savage, yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet, yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty, yeah. Acting stupid, what was happening? What was happening? I'm a savage.
So guys, when you come to UK, there's a popular saying which says, get rich or die trying. When you come to live in UK, you'll die trying to get rich. Accumulating wealth is very, very difficult in the United Kingdom. Mostly because we are heavily taxed on our salaries. For those who have been here from day one, if you remember my very first video, I shared with you how much was deducted from my salary in one given year, in one tax year, and that amount was above 14,000. So I just calculated in the past 4.5 years that I've been living and working in the UK, from my salary, they have deducted a whooping 60,000 plus pounds in just 4.5 years. So I'm talking of tax, payee, and of course pension. Of course, pension is not a substantial amount of money because around 1,000 something per given year, but this is the amount which has been deducted from my salary in just these few years that I've been working and living in UK. And guys, £60,000. I want to cry right now. £60,000 is a lot of money. So this is how much has been deducted from my salary. So if you come and work here in UK, you are going to be heavily taxed. So guys, before I came here to UK, I had a dream, and my dream was dashed the moment I started being taxed. So when I was told I'm going to be earning a whooping £38,000 per annum, because where I was staying, 38,000 was an amazing amount of money. I imagine myself living in a luxurious house, in a mansion, and driving posh cars. But when I came to UK, it humbled me. There is no posh house, there is no posh car that I'm driving. I don't even have my own house. 4 years plus of working in UK, I don't even have my own house because the government chops my money. It not only chops my money through tax, so it's not only in tax where you get chopped your money. If, for example, you come to UK and you're a family of 5 and you're coming, let's say maybe you're coming as an accountant or whatever profession. If you've got a family of 5 members, after, let's say your visa is for 2 years, after 2 years, you have to renew your visas. And when you're renewing your visas, each person has to pay maybe visa fees, £240, let me say £250 per individual. And you also have, if you're not a healthcare professional, you also have to pay IHS, which is above £600 for an individual. So each year is £600 for each family member. So if you're remaining with 3 years, it means for each family member, you need £1,800 for IHS, and you also need 200 and something pounds for visa fees. Let's just say for each family member, you need to pay £2,000 just for visa renewal. Not only that, after renewing your visas and when it's time to pay for indefinite leave to remain, when it's time for you to have indefinite leave to remain here in the UK, you also need to fork out at least £2,300 for each family member. So if you are 5 of you, it means you are going to be forking out a good over £10,000 for you to have indefinite leave to remain. So this is one of the reasons why people end up leaving the United Kingdom, because they think it's very difficult on its own to save money. For example, if your family is a family of 5 and you live maybe in a 3-bed house, maybe in England, and you're paying £1,500 per month, by the time you finish your 5 years, you'd have paid £80,000 in rent, and that £80,000 is enough to buy you a house. On top of the £80,000 that you have paid in rent, we haven't counted the utilities, the bills, and all other things that you need to pay here in UK. If you're coming to UK and you're an immigrant, you pay heavily. Everyone pays heavily in tax. The more you work, the higher the tax goes. I've tried to work more and more days, and the more days I work, you discover that if you add 3 more days, you end up getting maybe just £20 for 1 full day of work. So at the end of the day, no matter how much hard you try to work, most of the money will go to tax. Number 2, people leave the UK because the healthcare system is overwhelmed here in UK. It was exciting for me to find out that you're not going to be paying to be attended to. So if you want to go to your GP, you don't pay anything for attending the GP surgery. But for you to be able to attend the GP surgery these days, it's very difficult. You try and phone and you're told you're number 62 on the queue and number 100 on the queue, and maybe you're coming from night shift and you need to sleep and you need to go back to work. At the end of the day, you end up not using the GP services. And as of July 2022, 6.8 million people here in the UK are awaiting to be seen by a doctor. They are awaiting to be seen by a doctor. So it tells you how bad the healthcare system is. It tells you that the healthcare system is under a lot of pressure, and more than 300,000 people wait for over a year for them to be attended to. So it's a situation whereby if you've got a progressive condition, I remember even before the COVID times, when I came here to UK, I had a lump on my back, and that lump was just 2 by 3 centimeters. It was small. And they said, we are going to book you for surgery on the waiting list. I waited from 2018, and the only time that I managed to go for the surgery was 2 years later. I went for the surgery in 2020 when they called me and said, oh, we see that you're on the waiting list and there's this slot. By the time I went for that surgery, the lump had grown. It was now 8 centimeters by 5 centimeters. And this means the scar that I now have on my back is extra long because I had to wait 2 good years for me to be attended to, which means if it was a cancerous thing, sometimes people wait and something is cancerous, the next thing, the cancer has spread through your body. I've seen that happening many times. So sometimes you wait to be attended to until it's too late or until you die. This is the sad reality on the ground. Yes, it's horrible. People are even going to the extent of booking surgeries in India, because when they go to India, they are guaranteed that they are going to be attended to promptly. So the healthcare system is really overwhelmed, guys. That's why people end up leaving this country, because you wait and wait and wait and wait and wait to be seen until you die. The number 3 reason why people are leaving the UK is there is no work-life balance. There is no work-life balance, and I will marry that to the cost of living here in UK. The cost of living in UK is very high, such that the amount of money or the salaries that people get or that they take home at the end of the month, they are meager salaries, if I can say. Let's say you're getting 1,800 to 2,000 pounds per month when you're working your normal shift. That money is not enough to sustain you. And remember, I said if you're an immigrant, you have to think of things like renewing your visa. You have to think of things like saving money for indefinite leave to remain. And if you're earning your 2,000 pounds, there is no way you can save that amount of money. So people are forced to take extra shift. People are forced to work 5 days a week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. And I am one of those people who works 5 days a week, 6 days a week, up to 7 days a week. And guys, this has robbed me of time with my kids. And what I can tell you is that you can never replace time. You can never replace time. There is no work-life balance. I cannot balance it. I do not get time to spend with my children, because most of the time I have to be working to make ends meet. If I don't do that, the salary is not going to be enough. I won't be able to pay my bills, my rent and everything, because the cost of living in UK has gone so high. And me working 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week, it means I do not have a social life. There is no way where you can say, oh, when are you off? And I say, I'm off tomorrow. And you say, oh, let's hang out, because it will be difficult for me to hang out because I am very tired. If I work 6 days, I am tired. If I work 5 days, I'm tired. And if I am off on the 5th day, it means the morning of it, I would have been at work. And if I was at work that morning, for me to say, oh, let me go for lunch, oh, let me go for dinner, it's impossible, because I have to rest. The body has to rest. So this is one of the reasons why people are leaving the UK. Even if you are a husband and a wife, because me, I'm alone. I have to work 5 days, 6 days, 7 days a week, because I'm the breadwinner of my small family. If you have got your husband and your wife, the relationship is strained, because one has to work night shift, the other has to work day shift. If you're exchanging your kids, and you hardly see each other, because shifts here in UK are mostly 12-hour shifts. You go to work 12 hours, you exchange with your wife, come back after 12 hours. The cycle is vicious. When do you get to see your wife? When do you get time to spend as a family? So at the end of the day, the couples dedicate just 1 day a week where the wife is going to be at home, the husband is going to be at home, and the children are going to be at home. And that is not enough. That is not enough, guys. So there is no work-life balance here in the UK. That's why people choose to leave and go to other countries where they are going to be able to spend quality time with their families, because it's important to spend that quality time with your family, because one thing that you can never replace is time. If you missed your child losing their first tooth, taking their first footsteps, that will never come back again. You will never have that opportunity to see them taking their first step again. You get it, guys? So there's no work-life balance here in the UK. Number 4, when you come here to UK, smash that like button before I say the next topic. Smash it. Thank you for smashing it. When you come here to UK, you cannot get your desired profession. You cannot be a CEO in your country and expect to come and be a chief executive officer here in the UK, because they do not recognize the qualifications. I, for one, I was a tutor training nurses at a hospital, and there is no way UK would make me go and train nurses, whether in a teaching hospital or at Queen's University there. But this is what I'm qualified for. I went to school and I qualified to be a tutor, but it can never happen in UK. You cannot be a consultant in your country or a chief pharmacist and come here to UK and expect to be a chief pharmacist. You always start at the bottom. So at the end of the day, people would have invested a lot, spent so many years to go up the ladder. And if you've been going up the ladder, when you come to UK, you drop to the bottom. Not bottom. It's not an easy thing. So people find it very difficult when they're here in the UK, because I've seen engineers who are working as healthcare assistants because they couldn't get engineering jobs. They wanted to give them lower or lesser jobs than what they are qualified for. Even if today I'm a peripatetic nurse, even if today I was to decide to leave to go and work in the NHS, I can be a peripatetic nurse equivalent of band 7 in the NHS, getting paid, for example, £24 an hour. I did not say that is what I'm getting. It's an example. Getting paid at least £24 an hour. If I go to the NHS, I will drop from that equivalent band 7 to band 5 entry level, where I'm going to be getting £14 an hour. So people don't really like that about the NHS, because ideally in some countries, if you're coming, maybe you're coming from a senior position, you're a band 7, you can easily go to the NHS and be a band 7, but not here in the UK. So at the end of the day, people decide, let me go to New Zealand, where they're going to recognize my qualifications, or let me go to America, where they're going to recognize my qualifications, regardless of the fact that I trained at Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Number five, people are leaving the UK because the UK laws are, sometimes I think the UK is very stern. For example, it's very difficult to raise your kids. Let's say you're an African, it's difficult to raise your children the African way when you're here in the UK. Just a couple of weeks ago, a couple had their children taken away by the social workers because they said their children should go to church when they did not want to go to church. And because they asked their children to go to church when their children did not want to go to church, and for that reason they said you are forcing the children to go to church and you are infringing them of their rights, and for that reason we are taking away your children. So when you're in UK, it's that easy. It's that easy to lose your children, because children have got rights, and some of these rights, to me, they go overboard. Like when you come to UK and you are African, UK basically wants you to un-Africanize yourself. I don't know whether such a term exists, but you have to drop your culture and conform to the UK culture. And at times, you really don't know where to draw the line, because us in Africa, you spare the rod, you spoil the child. Us in Africa, you can leave a 10-year-old at home to look after a 3-year-old sibling, to look after a 4-year-old sibling. Here in UK, you do that, your kids are taken away. And at times, some of the parents won't be knowing that they are actually breaking the law. And the next thing, the social workers come and they seize your children. So guys, these are some of the reasons why people are leaving the UK to look for places where they're not going to be losing a lot of money to tax, and where the cost of living is a bit on the affordable side, and where they can manage to be, for example, African, if you're an African person, and raise your kids the way you want to raise your kids, not raise your kids according to the instructions that you're given here in the UK. And people are leaving the UK because then when they go to other countries, they're not going to be forced to be saving money, to be paying for visas, to be paying for IHS, to be paying for indefinite leave to remain. So let me know what you think about these reasons that I've shared with you, and if you've got any other reasons as to why people are leaving the UK, you comment down below. I know there are a whole lot of other reasons I did not cover in this video, but I don't want the video to be too long, so I shared with you some of the things which I think are of paramount importance, or are the major reasons why people are leaving the UK. And this is all that I wanted to share with you guys. Don't forget to like this video. Yes, if you haven't liked it, like it right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on the notification bell so that you never miss any of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you in my next video. Bye.